Uh, Tough game tonight, obviously against a team we're competing directly against to get into the playoffs. I think the beauty of our conference this year, I know we've said it all season long, there's a lot of parity, and you can see that out there tonight. It's going to be an absolute dogfight to the bitter end. But the beauty is everybody gets to play against everybody. So we're a little disappointed we didn't get the 3 points today. I thought we were really going at the end, and we could have got the 3 points. Having said that, we're very, very happy that Pittsburgh didn't get the 3 points today, considering how early we went down in the game. So proud of the character to come back, but we have to put a 90-minute performance out to go get 3 points against quality teams like that. And to be napping at the start of the game is not quite good enough. But happy with the character shown to bounce back from that early goal.
What was your expectation for the opening spell there, and how did that compare with what actually played out?
In terms of the opening where we conceded the goal?
Yeah.
Well, it's important to start the game well. We always speak, it's not about playing 90 minutes, it's literally about playing 5-minute segments. And the first 5 minutes, it was pretty obvious that Pittsburgh came flying out of the gates, and we didn't deal with it very, very well. So that's, to be quite frank, that's not good enough. But the response to that was very, very good, and how we got ourselves back into the game and managed the first 45 minutes and scored, and then how we really started to go at them in the second 45 minutes. So not happy with the first 5, but happy with the rest.
We talked about the perception of a draw in here and out there, and how it can feel like points won or points dropped. How does this result feel?
It's kind of in between. It's kind of, I just said to the players, I said we're not happy, but we're not sad. So it's in between. It's as important as it is for us in a game like today to get 3 points. It's equally important to make sure that Pittsburgh don't get 3 points. So it's kind of a middle of the road position. We would have loved to got the 3 points, but it would be horrendous if Pittsburgh got 3 points today. So we take our point and we move forward.
Not to make excuses for the slow start, but do you think having that long layoff between games had a role of just kind of being out of your rhythm?
Could have, it shouldn't. We've had an excellent week of training. I thought the players were fantastic this week. They really built on the performance against Ottawa. Every day in training was good this week. The warm-up was excellent, and then there was a lull in the first 5 minutes. So there's no excuse for it. The guys know that. We should have been ready to play, and we weren't.
Is it slightly worrying, not necessarily time's running out, but time's going to get more and more difficult now going on the road, trying to pick up points?
No, we've got 6 games left, and I think the teams we're competing against will have 6 points too. And the beauty of our schedule, every game's going to be difficult, but we're playing, I think, was it 5 out of the 6 games we're playing against the teams right around us or all behind us. We're not thinking of all 6 games. Our focus now will shift to Harrisburg. That's a game that it's imperative to go on the road and get points, but we'll just focus on that game. I think every team's going to do that. There's a lot of teams in the season conference that are competing to get in the playoffs, ourselves included. But 6 games is 18 points. That's a lot of points. So there's still a lot left on the table.
Is there any reason to start your leading goal scorer and captain on the bench tonight?
Well, we wanted to go with the same 11 that played so well against Ottawa, and they deserve to start. They all had a great week of training. We probably would have started Tyler, but he got a knock-in injury in training yesterday. He's day-to-day. He wasn't able to play today, but he probably would have started again today. So we wanted to reward the 11 that played so well against Ottawa and have trained very, very well this week with another start, and they thoroughly deserved it. But it says nothing about GB or Austin. We've got a squad. You can see we made 3 subs, and 3 quality players came on and all did their jobs, and there are other guys that are on the bench, and everybody else is chomping at the bit to get their chance, and we know the guys will be ready when their opportunity comes.
Who's Matt? Okay, what was the problem?
Yeah, it looks like back spasms. He said afterwards he seems like he feels okay, but obviously if your back or any body part starts to spasm, it's something you've got to let it settle, and it wasn't going to settle while he was in the fire, so obviously needs a little bit of time to rest and recover. And I think, what do we have, 10 days between now and the next game, so I would anticipate he should be good to go.
How would you define success at the end of these next 6 games? What qualifies as success for you?
Good question.
Achieving your aims. Whatever.
Yeah, we want to get in the playoffs. That's the goal. We've obviously been on one playoff run in many respects through the Open Cup. and we embrace that challenge. We know we're open and transparent. We know that hindered our USL performances and results, but we've got 6 games left to get ourselves in the playoffs, and I see no reason why this group cannot get themselves into the playoffs. So we're going to go fight, but every team we play against is also fighting too. So it's going to be exciting. That was an exciting game today. That felt more like a playoff type game than a regular game with just 3 points at the table. You could tell we're going for it and they're going for it, and I'm sure every game is going to be like that all the way through until the last game of the season. Cool. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Kind of walk us through your goal there, what you saw and what kind of came. I guess maybe not quite against the run of play, you would say, but.
Yeah, I mean, I think I wouldn't say against the run of play. I think we started to finally come into our own towards probably midway through that half to the end of the half. But yeah, it was just, play down the right side, and Danny tried to play it through, and it banked off a guy and just kind of fell my way. So I wanted to hit it first time so the goalie couldn't get set and was able to find the near post.
Can you put your finger on why the team started slowly today?
I actually can't. I was just talking with Fumi about that. We had a really, really, really good week of training. And the warm-up was really good. Like the defense, especially, we play possession, defensive guys versus offensive guys, and they were really good. Obviously, it takes all 11, but yeah, I guess we just didn't come out. We kind of let them take it to us, which is something we've done a little more than we would like to, and it's something that we'll definitely have to address.
To give you an idea of, so you had 22 open crosses, they had 2. You guys had 10 corners, and they had 1.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, it seemed like you guys would create so many chances, and then it just wouldn't, get the end result. Does it feel somewhat similar to that at this point right now?
No, it's a different year. I mean, I don't think any of us are looking in the rearview mirror and comparing things to last year. We're taking this one game at a time. I look at that as a good thing. I really thought we were going to get something off of a set piece today. I think we definitely had the advantage there. We were winning a lot of the balls on it. So I think that was a good thing on our end, that we were getting so many corners, and then we were putting so many balls in. We had a few good looks at the end. Unfortunate not to have them come off. But, yeah, I took that as a positive.
I asked Alan about what qualifies for him on the coaching side as success by the end of the 6-game period. Would you echo his sentiments on the player side as well, that this group should go and get a playoff spot?
Oh, yeah, it'll be a huge disappointment if we don't make the playoffs, I think. But that's the beauty of American sports. No one really remembers what happens during the regular season, right? It's getting the playoffs. If you get in the first spot, great. If you get in the 8th spot, doesn't matter. As long as you get a foot in the door, then it's basically a whole new competition. And we've shown this year that we have a lot of resilience in a do-or-die sort of format with the Open Cup run. So, I mean, I like our chances. Obviously we're going to have to go and get some results on the road, and our road form hasn't been great. But at the same time, if we don't do it now, then it's not like we'd be able to do it in the playoffs anyways. So this is a great test for us. We're definitely going to have to go out and battle each game and treat it like it is a cup final. Cool. Thanks, guys.
What's that? Basically football shoe end, all the way where it wraps around. Yeah, I've been trying to. I've sat like almost every seat in the front row, trying to take. It's an awkward setup for soccer. It's really good for football.
Well, football's so much safer. You see on Thursday.
Oh, were you really?
We were all up one row.
Were you really?
Yeah, and they didn't really have anyone down the front row. There
Yeah.
were 2 people doing different things. You can't see part of the field.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you go up the row, you're up so much higher. I mean, it's hard to see numbers.
It's problematic.
It's kind of like the Wild West. You're just going to sit wherever.
Yeah, no, I saw that. It's kind of been done. Mine, people were starting to move over.
But my best guess about the best sight lines for soccer are that it's kind of at experience the opening 10 minutes there? And, what was the expectation, and how did that match what the actual results were?
I think we were happy with how we came out against Ottawa, and we wanted to kind of replicate that. Came out on the front foot a little bit. Obviously, giving up a goal that early is not what we're looking for, but I honestly think it took a little bit of figuring out. I think they're a different team than they were when we played them early in the season. They were on a good run. Played in a little bit different of a formation than they played in last time, but at the same time, the first 5 minutes of the game, everyone knows how important that is, and sometimes it's just safer to clear the ball out, and we didn't do a good enough job of that, and ended up giving up a goal. So it's good resilience of the boys to get a goal back and tie it up, but definitely disappointing because that's a game we want to get 3 points in.
You've said all season that this group is too good to miss on a lot of its aims from preseason. How are you going to define success over the next 6 games?
We need to set ourselves up to have the most success in playoffs that we can. So whether that means getting a higher seed, right now honestly it's making playoffs. That's our next goal, to be quite honest. Just where we are on the table, and it's something that, like you said, this team should be more than capable of doing. So that's how you have to set short-term goals throughout the season, and right now that's just every next game we play, because obviously we dropped some points there in a row, which hurt us. So it's setting ourselves up, getting ourselves on a good rhythm, and getting as many points as we can before the end of the season, and it's just taking it one game at a time and making sure each game we play is like a cup final. So that's basically our focus right now.
I know you'd obviously like to go and win each of the last 6 games. I don't know how realistic or unrealistic that is. Have you sat down and looked at the schedule and thought, like, okay, points here, points there, like this is a realistic aim for what we need and could achieve to clinch that spot?
I think we started out the season playing a lot of teams that are well, first of all, the table's pretty tight. I know that everyone knows that. So every it's going to be a tough game, but at the same time, we played a lot of tough teams at the beginning of the year, and these are games towards the end of the season that we feel like we can go out and it's definitely possible to win out for the rest of the season. I think that's a big goal to set, and like I said, it starts with the next game. But yeah, we definitely are aware of where the teams in the table are that we're playing. Sometimes you look at them and think they might be lower down the table, so it's a game you have to win. But also, if you drop points to teams like that, it's really dangerous in a tight table because they can jump in front of you. So it's sort of the same as getting up for a team that's at the top of the table. Every game is super important, and we just have to go into each game focused.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.